preseason football and what it means, what it doesn't mean, if you're highlighting a player. And keep in mind, there are times when somebody will throw an interception. Dylan Gabriel threw an interception. He's a rookie quarterback with the Browns. Well, the wide receiver failed him. But it's on Dylan Gabriel. And if you're looking at this competition or so-called competition between Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, Shedeur Sanders played error-free ball. Yeah, he did. But that interception's not on Dylan Gabriel, and Dylan Gabriel played pretty well. Now, you may not have watched because it wasn't Shedeur Sanders. And that's where you're going to take somebody's opinion on it. And that's where Paulie and I were talking about this. We wanted to watch every snap of Shedeur Sanders just so we were fair. Because I don't want to take somebody else's word. If it's available, I can watch it, then I should watch it. Then I can give you a true assessment. And my assessment was he looked comfortable. That's the best compliment I can give you. If you're a quarterback, you're a rookie quarterback, you look comfortable, confident. And he did. He looked like he had command of the offense. That's great. Even if you make a mistake, a turnover, a fumble, you kind of run yourself into a sack. It's okay. What do you do after that? That's where you can become good or great with what you do after that. And, to the contrary, you can have a substandard career because you don't respond. You don't, get up and do something positive. But I liked what I saw. But I like what I saw with Dylan Gabriel as well. Now, I don't think they're ready for the Hall of Fame yet. I do think Shedeur is going to start at some point for the Browns this year. So, Jaxson Dart might be good enough to win the starting role with the Giants. But he's going to have to wait because you bring in Russell Wilson, and Russ is probably going to start. Here's the interesting part of the situation with the Giants. They have, statistically, I think, the hardest schedule in the NFL. But if you're the coach and the GM, how do you approach this year? If I'm the owner of the Giants and I truly believe in Brian Daboll as my head coach, I say to Brian, you and Joe Shane, the GM, are not getting fired. I want you to go out and coach this team as we prepare for the future. And by doing so, now I don't have to play Russ the whole time. Because if I look at that schedule, there's a chance the Giants are 2-8, 1-9. I think you got to approach this and say, is Jaxson Dart our future? Get him ready to be your future, and the future is now. But if they're coaching for their jobs, then Russell Wilson, then you stunt the growth of the franchise, in my opinion. Because now you're going to play and you're going to feel like we have to win, and if we don't win, we're losing our jobs, which might be the case. But you have a very, very difficult schedule. Yeah, Pauline.
And Russell Wilson, assuming he's the starter, at Washington, at Dallas, hosts the Chiefs, hosts the Chargers. Not an easy one in the first 4 games.
Yeah, I mean, you can go for the first 10 games, and there's no easy games for them. We're also talking about success in the preseason. That you have, Stetson Bennett Jr. the fourth put up really good numbers for the Rams. And, he throws for 324. He threw 40 times. All right. I don't care if it's preseason or not. The guys that he's playing against are professionals. So I'll go, okay. I mean, I'll grade on a curve here, but I don't know if you know Reed Sinnett. Does anybody know Reed Sinnett? I didn't think so. He threw for 343 yards, and this was 2021. He did that against the Bengals. He threw 343. Tyler Bray. Remember Tyler Bray? Chicago Bears. He threw for 334 yards.
Legend.
2019. How about Ryan Griffin? Anybody? He threw for 330 yards for the Buccaneers in 2019.
That's the other RG. He's the first one. There's RG, then there's RG2. RG3 got all the headlines, but the original OG RG right there.
Nate Sudfeld. How about Nader? He for the Eagles threw for 312 back in 2018. Will Greer of the Cowboys, 2023, threw for 305.
All right, Will.
Yeah.
Let's go, Will.
All in the preseason. Trey Lance, he threw for 323 for the Cowboys last year.
Trey Lance?
Brett Hundley, Packers, 2015, 315. In other words, do the numbers really mean anything in the preseason? Probably not.